Wow, my people, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa has come again. This one go shock you, oh. E go shock you. You know, say my work here na to bring information to your door table as e dey hot. Like I will tell you, if it cost me to go to Pluto make Kuri mass to make sure say information go dey reach you for this channel, myself I go do am for you. Don't touch the dial. Don't move away from there. Pay attention. You go listen to it by yourself because they know the tell man say make you go tell man because na man suppose use here. Makana say na the snake wey be say one person see e dey turn to python. Na itu area and igbo say na go fu efo na na wo eke. You want to go? So if not the first time we be say they join me for this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe to our channel as we go to bring you information and update that suits you. We know the carry last. We no go even for your hand. Or you carry your ear here no be me go tell you as it be.
Failed from delivering on this promise. We have many of them today who left the Nigerian army thinking that the people shouting Biafra, Biafra were actually genuine. Many of them today are under the Biafra government in exile. But the criminals you see parading themselves as IPOB failed because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows who they are. They never delivered. That was why he was shouting, I need 100 men. Yet, the idiots who parade themselves today as elite and politicians going to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all of them were part of the scam. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was crying that he need men to liberate Biafra. You can imagine where they are now, dishing out all manner of fake news that they have replaced it at home with Economic Empowerment Day. Does that sound like something that can actually come from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who have sacrificed everything for Biafra up to this point of finding himself being kidnapped from Kenya? The answer is no. But today, they tell you Simon Ekpa is the problem because their agenda was to kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and then end the Biafra agitation and the Biafra liberation. Today, they see that they have actually failed, and all they could do is to sponsor propaganda. I was telling you people last week that you are going to see a lot of propaganda. Don't allow it to penetrate you. I warned you all last week that more propaganda is going to come. I even told you that they are going to start sponsoring propaganda like Simon Ekpa versus Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's exactly what you are seeing today. But from tomorrow, God is going to punish all of them the way Biafra will be locked down. And I know they are going to unleash their killer squad as usual. And if you get killed, blame yourself. Biafrans are going to speak in a very strong voice and in one voice from tomorrow, being Monday. If you get killed, you are going to hell straight away. Because it means you die for Nigeria. And you die for nothing. The suffering you are going through in the sit at home is needed for your freedom to come. The suffering you are going through during the sit at home is not equal to the suffering you have went through for over 50 years. For nothing. You have suffered in Nigeria for no reason. This time around, the reason you are sitting at home is for something to change. And we must change it. That we are changing is your freedom. You must suffer to get your freedom. And the sit at home is one of the suffering you are going to go through. It's a must. I just want you to understand that there is no amount of threat, no amount of propaganda that is going to make Biafra people to stop sitting at home. If you end up being a sacrifice, you will go to hell. If you stand on the way of this freedom, you are going to hell. Because anybody who dies for Nigeria will go to hell straight away. Nigeria is not a country you can sacrifice your life. And if you stay at home, Nigeria will not see you to kill. What I'm telling you tonight is for you to understand, if this sit at home is inflicting pains, suffering, economic hardship on you as a Biafran, it is what is needed for you to be free. And we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. If you are thinking that we are going to stop anytime soon, you are wasting your time. You better relocate to the northern Nigeria, where there is no sit at home, because you claim you are a Nigerian. If you are in Biafra land and you are not comfortable with the sit at home, relocate to the northern Nigeria, where there is no sit at home, and enjoy it. It's part of Nigeria. You believe in one Nigeria.
Tomorrow, and you don't get money in your account, come outside and say that Nnamdi Kanu is a lie. Leave the army, resign from the Nigerian army, and you'll be paid 2 months' salary in advance. Tomorrow you do it and you see what will happen. Stop risking your lives, because if you come against the people, this revolution is going to be successful. Now listen, if you're in the army and the police, this revolution is going to succeed. And you see young people from Nigeria, they are going to take over the power. Not by force. So people will vote them into power, because the election can't do it anymore. All this INEC rubbish is gone. It's not going to happen again. These young people are going to go into political offices. You are going to be answering them, sir, 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 sir. And then they will have the authority and the power to also kill you and assassinate you. Do you understand me? So the best thing for you to do is to resign and come and join our people. Chidozie is writing from Iguacha. There is a report that some people are giving the names of IPB family members to army at Comcom. People have vacated the place as you are reporting.
Right. That was the report from Nnamdi Kanu in 2020. What I want to inform you this night is for you to understand that we are not moving an inch on this particular civil disobedience. The 2 weeks sit at home has come to stay. And after these 2 weeks sit at home, we will come with more stringent measures. I just want people in Biafra land to get prepared. When they tell you you are killing people, we are making them to suffer and all that, tell them it is what is needed to get freedom. Tell them, do they prefer us to start throwing bombs in a conventional war, or do they prefer this sit at home? Tell them, do they prefer to start living in IDP camp like in Benue State, Plateau State, and all over northern Nigeria, or do they prefer to sit at home and get secured and secure their land and make sure that we flush away all these terrorists that have come from different sides of Sahel to kill Nigerians, take over their land in the movement of economic, in the movement of jihad? I want you also to understand that the same people who are now telling you about Simon Ekpa, because they know that I am going to be the end to Nigeria, and they want to blackmail me, thinking that it's going to move me. Asaridu Kubo has come on channel television to brag how he is now owning, or how he owned a private army. A private army. And in this private army, he claims that, yes, he have been contracted by the Nigeria government to engage people or whatever in Anambra in different parts of Nigeria. Nobody has asked question. What exactly is the private army doing in the southeast? What exactly is the private army doing in other parts of Nigeria? What are they doing? Who contracted Asare? Who gave Asare license to own private army according to him? And now you ask yourself, who are those killing people in the southern east of Nigeria? Was contracted by Asare Dokubo? Nobody have asked that question. And you know, Asare was trained as a jihadist, but we are going to end him. The end of that terrorist is going to come from the Biafra government in exile, which I am the one leading. I want to make it very clear today, I am the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, officially. And no other person and no other is coming from anywhere to the Biafra people except from Simon Ekpa. Our target is to make sure that the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is as useless as possible. I am telling you today that we have achieved that. For the past 2 years, we said what we want to do to Nigeria is to make sure that they regret ever kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have succeeded and we have delivered. Have we not delivered? We also said that the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must bring Biafra. Are we not delivering as well? Why then would somebody come to tell you that we must stop? Now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said this and said that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot say anything to us while he is still being held illegally in the SS dungeon. The same people who made it possible for them to kidnap him are the one bringing message from the said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Complete lies. I want Biafrans to understand one thing today. We are fighting for freedom of Biafra. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is one thing among the things we are fighting for. And I want you all to understand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name is being used here to claim to you that he said Biafra land must be this and that. He knows how he fight his own freedom before he was captured. That is who he was. Anything they are telling you now is not coming from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. His release is one thing among many things we are fighting for. Using the sit at home and other means. It is called multi-dimensional approach. I want you to understand that many people have died in this struggle. Many people, many men have died. For now, for you to come and start talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from DSS dungeon, telling you to leave Biafra, telling you that people in Biafra are suffering, telling you he knows that people in Biafra must suffer for freedom to come. And they tell you that sit at home is dead. Sit at home is going to enter the highest level of gear from tomorrow. It is going to be the Woto Pro Max. The entire Biafra land will be shaking. I am telling you before God and man that the entire Biafra will be shaking. In the coming weeks, we must not allow Nigeria to kill anybody and go free. Those who are going to be used as sacrifice, those who have collected money from Nigeria politicians in order to go out claiming they want to start their business, fake business, Nigeria will kill them. And there is nothing anybody can do about them. They will see how they will fail. I want you to watch how these people will fail and they will die for nothing. My fellow Biafrans, this evening, that have come to this space this late, you are over 1,000 Biafrans and the well-wishers and our friends all over the world listening to this space this evening. Many are listening to this space through different broadcasting channel. I want you all to understand that the wave that is happening today in West Africa is going to happen in Nigeria very soon. And it is going to come from the Biafra people. And Simon Ekpa is going to take the lead. I told you that Biafra is going to come from diaspora. We are going to bring the Biafra freedom from abroad. Yet, this idiot who never followed me from the beginning are telling me, come back home, come back home. Do I tell you that I'm going to bring Nigeria, Biafra from home? Did I tell you that I'm going to bring Biafra from home? I said, I am going to bring Biafra freedom from abroad. I am going to bring Biafra from diaspora. That is what I am doing. I have not changed. I have not changed my word. I listened to some of the criminals, especially the treacherous Ejiofor, Nonsense he was posting. Oh, those who say that Biafra is going to come 150 days, those who is telling you this one is going to come, worship is going to come, that they have worship, they have this. Can you imagine somebody who call himself a lawyer? I stand my ground. I will be the end of Nigeria. And after that, Biafra will come. I want you to understand that you are going to sleep in Nigeria one day and wake up in Biafra. That is a new sheriff in town. When they tell you that, oh, Simon Ekpa have taken over this and that, Simon Ekpa have not taken over. And if they don't want Simon Ekpa to take over, they should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. They love him now more than anything. They are now appointing themselves as spokesman of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from prison. I watched the one they called Dan Olasi. He has appointed himself as a political spokesperson for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They now love him. They cherish him. If they love him so much and they don't want Simon Ekpa to take over, they should release him now. They should release him to shut up Simon Ekpa. But they cannot do it because they know that their love is not pure. They know that everything they are doing today to praise Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not pure. They know that some of you are just idiots. Those, of course, not the Biafra people, but those who listen to them. They are idiots. Otherwise, it's a simple logic. If these people claim to have loved Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so much now that he is the one now giving order from the prison, why don't they release him? Why must Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be giving order to them from prison, from DSS dungeon? It's a simple thing. They should release him to come and shut up Simon Ekpa. But they cannot do it because they know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is somebody that will never back down. Some of them don't even meet him in the SS dungeon. They will come to tell you how he discussed with them, how he tell you, oh, sit at home. Is the same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who was telling the journalist that he is going to get Biafra through civil disobedience. I do not know what kind of civil disobedience is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu going to implement that is not going to see the suffering of the people. Or is he going to say every man in Biafra must stop having sex with his wife? Is that going to be enough suffering? Is that going to affect Nigeria in any way? The answer is no. I want you to understand the importance of sit at home. Sit at home is one of the biggest weapons in addition to our guerrilla warfare. It is a combination of two strong forces. Making sure that we strangle the Nigeria state economy from the southeast and south-south. Making sure that we take away the territorial integrity of Nigeria, fake territorial integrity of Nigeria that they are parading, saying that they control the southeast. Making sure that we invalidate the legitimacy of those who parade themselves as governor. Making sure that the international community is aware that the Biafra Republic government in exile is in charge and controls the territory of Biafra from abroad, from exile. Making sure we prove that the Biafra Liberation Army is well armed to defend the properties and life of our women and children against terrorists and jihadists. And we are doing that. Are we not doing it? Where I was telling them that we are going to have a no-fly zone, they thought I was joking. They say, oh, Simon Ekpa say no-fly zone, this, that. Why are they not coming with military aircraft and military jet again? Why are they hiring people from neighboring countries? Some of you do not know why Nigeria, the northern Nigeria, don't want to go to war to Niger State. You don't know. Do you know? You don't know. Apart from the fact that they are planning the caliphate, establishment of caliphate in the northern Nigeria, which Niger Republic want to be part of. The people that have been fighting in the southeast are majority of them are from the Niger Republic. They hired them. Terrorists. Give the Nigeria uniform. They come to our land to die. You do not know when Buhari made one statement last time. how the people were dying in the southeast. Those who they brought to come and fight Biafra Liberation Army, they all died in the southeast. Are you not aware of that? They came to kill all our people and Biafra Army killed them. All of them, they died. Most of you are not asking questions. All those people that they are deploying to the southeast to come and kill Biafrans, you don't know when they are going back. They don't give account of where they come from. They don't tell about their families. They just give them the uniform to come and they will die there. As I'm talking to you this night, many of them are in Imo State, from Senegal, from Sahel. They brought them to come and fight. And I want to tell them tonight, all of them that are now in Imo State from Senegal, they will all die in Biafra land. Believe me, none of them will go back. We are waiting for them. We are waiting for them to come out. They will all die in Biafra land. I want you to understand that we are winning this war. The people they call ECOWAS has collapsed. ECOWAS has a drug lord as their leader. ECOWAS has a criminal as their leader. ECOWAS has the worst country leading them, which is Nigeria. And they can never stand. A house that is built with a false and a fake foundation can never stand. That is why ECOWAS is going to collapse. I am telling you tonight, in a matter of weeks and months, you are going to see the crash and the fall of ECOWAS. Some of you do not understand what we are doing is spiritual. You do not understand it. While I was interviewing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I want every Biafran listening to me this evening to go and watch and listen to the interview I had with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in February 2021. Go and listen to that particular interview. I think I am going to analyze it one of these days. Everything I did in that interview is happening now. Everything I said, every question I asked Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in that interview is happening now. I also told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in that interview about 2023 Biafra coming. I want everybody go and listen to that interview. I know what we're doing. Go listen to that interview. I made mention about Biafra coming in 2023. Here we are. Everything is adding up. Everything is happening. The wave of the crisis in the Western Africa is going to divide Nigeria and break Nigeria into pieces. And we Biafra people are just waiting for the right time to strike. We are going to strike, and once we strike, it can never be reversed. Whether they go to war in Nigeria Republic, it is going to favor Biafra. It is going to favor Biafra. I am telling you, if I go and mark my word, that is what we call the spiritual warfare. If you go forward, is a problem. If you go backward, is a problem. Everything they do today will favor Biafra. If they go to war, it is Biafra. If they didn't go to war, it's for Biafra. Because, believe me, ECOWAS can never stand. If ECOWAS go to war and Nigeria lead that war, they can never stand. If ECOWAS decide not to go to war, they will also not stand, because the problem will come. Either way, that is the situation of the things. And this thing is happening now where Biafra has their army, very strong and well-armed army. We may not have military jet, but believe me, the Woto Woto have changed tone. The sound of freedom in Biafra land is sounding Woto Woto. So every step that Nigeria take today will be for the advantage of the Biafra government. We are going to utilize it. And I want you to understand that I made a tweet yesterday or so about the news that I'm going to break. I'm going to break the good news very soon. Everything is not what we use for propaganda. When the news is mature, I will break it. And then they will know how far we have gone. That nothing will stop Biafra from exiting Nigeria by fire, by force. I have come to let you know that suffering is part of the freedom fighting. And if this sit at home has inflicted pain on you, I want you to endure the pain. That particular pain is what is on. It cannot be avoided. Endure it. Endure it. It is for your good. It is for your good and for your own good. Do not allow anybody who is fighting for his stomach for over 30 years or 13 years or 15 years to decide that will kill you in order to continue to blackmail the sit at home. If you fall a victim, you will go to hell straight away. I am telling you the fact. For you see, for 1 week now, everywhere in Biafra land was calm. Nobody, and people were sitting at home. They begin to write their nonsense. Oh, people are not sitting at home. Oh, the compliance are not complete. Oh, this Anambra shots, Anambra state shots are never sit at home. Oh, this one shots. All those nonsense. We are on ground and we know what is going on. But let me tell you, you see this coming week that we enter today. If you fall a victim, you go to hell. Because I know they are going to come out to kill Biafrans. Because for the first week, it recorded sources. So this time around, they will come with just something to blackmail the movement. But let me tell you, we are not going to move an inch. We are not going to even behave as if we know something happened to you when they start killing you. Don't come out. If you stay in your house, they will not come. Even if they come to your house, at least everybody will know that you are in your house. And they come to kill you, and they cannot do that. But if you come out in order to blackmail Biafra, they will use you very well. The one they call Aloy Ejimako today, is he not running up and down? Look at the siblings to Onyendu, criminals. Now he's fronting. If you ask him now, he's raising fund. What do you want to use fund? What do you want to raise fund for now? He will not going to tell you. The fund he's raising is for what? To pay to army. The money they are collecting from governors and politicians is not enough. for them. They want to raise fund. Telling you, Mazi Nnamdi cannot say this and say that. I want you to understand tonight that your freedom is not in a family business. It is not. It doesn't belong to anybody. Biafra does not belong to anybody. You are owner of yourself. You are owner of Biafra. You are a stakeholder to Biafra. And nobody can come and dictate how you fight your own freedom. If you believe that what you are doing is something that is bringing fruit and bringing result, why should you listen to somebody telling you not to do it? Are you then a slave to somebody? Are you then a slave to Canon Takano or whatever they call him? Or did he think that the Biafra is a family business? Where he will come and tell you when to fight it and when not to fight it? Where he will come and tell you how to fight it and how not to fight it? Where somebody can come and tell you, okay, you must not fight for freedom and you must not fight for the release of your leader because he is the family member. From tomorrow, they will know how we have boxed those criminals to one corner. You know, I have not talked about them for a while. I have not talked about them for a while. Because I know when the criminal call, oh, please don't talk about them. Oh, please allow them. Don't talk about them. Don't talk about them. And I listen to him. But you know, when I want to fight, I fight very dirty with everything. By the time, although he has nothing to offer, he doesn't have any influence. So even talking about him is to, you know, bring him to the limelight. I'm not going to talk about him. He doesn't want it. I just want everybody to understand that nobody have to tell you how to fight your freedom if you think that what you are doing is the right thing. All we want to do is to disappoint those who kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, thinking that after that Biafra freedom will die. We want to disappoint them. And to continue what we are doing is where their disappointment starts. Don't ever back down from this sit at home. Don't ever back down from this sit at home. Don't ever move an inch from this sit at home. We must continue the sit at home as long as the Biafra agitation and liberation continues. We must continue the sit at home as long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS dungeon. And by the way, you know, we have formed the Biafra government in exile. Biafra government in exile is supreme now. That's where we dribble them. Biafra government in exile is legit, is supreme in Biafra struggle. And it is only legitimate entity that any government in the world will want to deal with. We are not fighting for Biafra freedom as a group anymore. It is not a group. It is not a group of IPOB anymore. It is a government. I want everybody to understand that. We are now in government. We are not in IPOB group. We are now in government. And that is the only legitimate and recognized entity all over the world. Government. That's why we are making the progress we're making today. Because we have been able to organize ourselves according to the international law. When you are educated and you are well knowledgeable about what you are doing, it becomes success. But if you are a novice, if you are an illiterate, if you are that doesn't know his left and from his right, you will never make progress with what in anything you are doing. So whenever you want to do something, get yourself acquainted to it, get yourself educated to that particular thing you are doing, and know everything you are doing and how you should do it. You are listening to the woman in Enugu State that called himself Chief of Staff to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. She is talking about Biafra is a state of mind. These are the people who have led to the death of many Biafrans, following them as Chief of Staff to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He pushed people in Enugu State to die, young men. And when these people were dying, they actually believed in her. Today, after many years, this woman have come to tell you that Biafra is in the state of mind. Was that what you died for? Was that the reason why you were killed in Umpo, at Umpo? Was it the reason why you were massacred in Aba? Was it the reason why you were killed in Obibo? You were killed and died for something that is in state of mind. And this woman was parading herself as the Chief of Staff to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and doesn't understand what is government in exile. He does not understand what is the formation of government. He don't know anything about how to get freedom. That Biafra don't have prime minister. We have left them. We left them behind. Tell them that educated people are now in the struggle. Tell them that those 100 men and women that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was looking for are now in the struggle. And the new dimension that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talked about is now what you are seeing. You don't expect me to do what they have done for many years without result. I am doing it differently, and that is the new dimension. If you understand Mazi Nnamdi Kanu new dimension, it doesn't, you shouldn't be expecting me to be doing the protest, the street protest they are doing for many years without any result, carrying flag and be making noise in Europe. Who does that? Who does that help? We don't do that. We fight with arms and ammunition, and we go diplomatically, and we also follow the political means. A combination of the three strong forces, how to liberate people. That is what we are combining to liberate Biafra. As you are today. When they are telling you, repatriate Simon Ekpa, oh, extradite him, oh, do this, do that, I look at them and laugh. I become the mathematics and the equation you can never solve. The more you go to demand the head of Simon Ekpa, the stronger I bounce on Nigeria. The more you come to blackmail me to the Finnish government, the more stronger I become. The more your army and your jihadists die in Biafra land. I am telling you the fact. Today they are helpless. We have defeated them. They are panicking each time they hear Simon Ekpa is coming online. All of them will go and telling their wife, come, bring your radio, bring your, do you have the phone? Is your phone charged? We want to listen to what? Every one of them, from A to Z. Anytime I'm coming online, they are listening and watching and know whether I'm going to leak another secret. Because they know that everything they are planning, I have them in my palm. That is what is wondering. They keep wondering. I told them, when the time comes, your wife and your children will give me information. You can never run away from it. There is nothing you are going to plan concerning how to sabotage this Biafra struggle, and you are a governor. I'm not going to be aware of it. I am telling you the fact. There is nothing. You plan as a politician today from the southeast, and you plan it. I'm not going to be aware of it. I am challenging all of you. If you doubt me, plan something and don't let me see saying it the next minute. Just like I'm telling you now, the people they brought to Imo State, they will all die there. They will all die there. I'm going to allow the co-host to take charge from here. Pastor Vam and Success, you guys can take charge from here, and I am ready to answer any questions pertaining this particular sit at home and why the sit at home must continue. Thank you.
Thank you, my able Prime Minister. Thank you so much. Fellow Biafrans, you're welcome to this wonderful section with the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. I am a co-host with our Prime Minister, and together with me here is Success, my beloved brother. And I am going to allow Success to come in. Please, those of you that have requested already to come in and ask questions, by the time we begin to bring you in, please know that our Prime Minister may not have a long time to say. So you will raise up your hand immediately. I bring you in, and you're going to ask your question immediately. Success, please take your time.
Good evening, Mazi Raphael and our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Good evening, and good evening, fellow Biafrans and all compatriots here in this very space today, which is the last break we are going to have before we enter the final phase of our sit at home. And as they will say that the sit at home is suffering the people, that is why we call it a struggle. A struggle. It is called a struggle. You don't struggle in your comfort zone. You struggle in a most difficult zone to ensure that you become comfort tomorrow. That's why we call it a struggle. So we must continue the struggle in a little way. You know how to pay the price. If it is by sitting at home, if it is by joining those men in the bush, if it is by bringing your dollar in the fundraisings, that is all it is for this very freedom. It must surely come. We call it a struggle. People cannot be sacrificing, and you are enjoying, and you are telling me you are suffering. Economic of the Southeast. Economic. Is Simon Ekpa the one that stole your railway? Is Simon Ekpa the one that stole your airport? Where is the economy? A lot of companies are pulling out of Nigeria, not even Southeast, and you are shouting economy. The fact is that tomorrow, as he has said, cockroach will not cross from cupboard to cupboard. There will be no crisscrossing tomorrow, and you are going to see it. So if you come out, they will use you as an example. There's nothing much we have here to say. And Mazi Raphael, please go ahead and bring them in while I am here to take them out anyone with that I've said to. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Master Success. Already we have 10 people that are waiting, and I have